one-run, 5-inning performance you're looking for. Plus, the other addition is that Severino will be far more valuable out of the pen, should you need him in that role, than Happ will be. Severino, with his stuff, with his power stuff, will be far better suited to coming in and getting the job done for 2 innings, should that be necessary. And one of the things you do is you have a starting pitcher that's ready to back up the first starter, the guy who started the game, and then you have one that you save, and you only put 2 of them on the roster. That's it, other than your original guy. You have one that you save for the back of the game, so that after 9 innings of the game be tied, or 10 innings of the game be tied, and you're out of your bullpen, you now can go to a guy who can pitch 3 or 4 innings for you. And he'd be a top pitcher. So that's what you'd save a Severino for, or a Tanaka for. So to me, I'd rather have those guys to pitch out of the pen and Happ to start. So I'm pretty firm now, at least, and I don't know that he's going to get it, but I'm firm that he should be the guy. I think he should get the start. I think that's the right decision. We'll see what the decision is. I think that's the right decision, that he should get the game. And then once you get to the 4th or 5th inning, you're making him take it from the 4th inning on. You're making him take it an inning at a time. And sign of trouble, you have your pen ready to go. The Yankees have questions to answer in that pen. Most of them around Chapman. They have questions to answer in that starting lineup. What they've got out of Voit has been unbelievable. Bird has been banished. He probably won't. He won't even be on the postseason roster, because Walker will be the other guy off the bench and at first base. So what Voit's done, and let's be honest, nobody expected this. The Cardinals didn't expect it. Nobody expected it, and he has just put up stunning numbers so far this year. I mean, he really has. It's just unbelievable, the numbers he's put up for the Yankees, and they continue. He just keeps hitting like crazy. So you have to go with him. You have to believe in him. That's all there is to it. I mean, that's the way it is. Football this evening. Vikings coming off a very almost bizarre week, and problems too. But they're far better than they looked. Heck, anybody's far better than they looked against the Bills. Now they get what is right now, plain and simple, the best team in the league. There's not even a debate right now, the best team in the league. The best team in the league through 3 weeks is the Rams. They've scored 33, 34, and 35 points in consecutive games. They've only allowed 36 points in the 3 games, so they're winning the average game about 34-12. They are dominating in yardage. They are dominating at the line of scrimmage. They are dominating in every area. They are winning going away. They are 3-0, and they are playing better both ways than anybody in the sport. And that's the game tonight as the Vikings take on the Rams. And a Ram win here will move them very solidly into a position where they will become the NFC favorite and the team to beat down the rest of the season. They'll be 4-0 and off and flying. And behind their young coach, they look very, very good. They brought in some guys on defense that questionable, but guys who could play. Now they've lost Talib. They still have Peters. They still have Sue, but they did lose Talib to an injury. So that was one of the guys they brought in. The NFL has clarified the sack rule. Now, their clarification to me does not mean you're going to see fewer penalties called, or you're going to see the same situations, because they did not address either of the Matthews things in their video. There have been 34 roughing the quarterback calls. That's a little more than double what went on the first 3 weeks of the season. As an example, everyone worried about the helmet call. There have only been 4 helmet calls in the first 4 weeks. And there were many of them called in preseason. There were only 4 called in the first 3 weeks. There are 34 roughing the quarterback calls. And basically what they said today is that they want that if you come in and you try to attack the quarterback in any way to do harm, you're getting hit with a penalty. But what they said is on the play where you're talking about the questionable one, the form tackle and the landing on the guy, on the quarterback, they want you to grasp, and as you go to the ground, roll him on top of you so that you are on the bottom. So they're basically telling the defender, as you take him to the ground, roll him to the top and don't let your full force land on him. If you do, it's your penalty. If you don't, we're going to, and if you even get it halfway or you get it with him on top, we are going to let that go because that's what we want. We want you to basically turn him and allow your weight to hit the ground, not his weight with you on top of him to hit the ground. So that's what they want. They want you to grasp as you go to the ground, roll him. Not easy to do. Very tough to teach, but that's the method they're trying to get across right now. And they are not promising. They did not do a mea culpa on any of the ones they've called, and they are not promising there are going to be fewer ones. As I told you, that one of the things that they have felt that came out of this year was that they felt part of their big problem and their slide in ratings was due not to their own sins. Well, of course, they don't want to look in the mirror, but the fact that they had lost these star quarterbacks and that these really hurt game telecasts and hurt attendance, but specifically game telecasts. The loss of the Rodgers, the loss of Luck, guys like that being out for now Garoppolo, guys being out now for the season, guys going out for long periods of time, star guys going out for long periods of time. That is what they're trying to play against. Ryder Cup coming up. If you're a golf fan, now, first off, we will have on the Mike's On app tonight, we will have up this evening, probably like 7, 8 o'clock, right? 7, 8 o'clock tonight. What we will have is we will have a complete Ryder Cup preview with Michael Breed up this evening. That's about almost an hour long, based on everything going through both teams, going through the golf course, going through the matchups and everything else. The 4-ball matchups for tomorrow morning, which will begin 8:10, are established. I'll go through them with you this afternoon. A big surprise, one big surprise, is that Furyk split the team that everyone thought was automatic. The Spieth Reed team has been split so that Spieth will play with Thomas and Woods will play with Reed. Now, Reed, who's Mr. Captain America and is the big Ryder Cup guy to go against their guy, which is Poulter, Reed will definitely feed off that Tiger crowd that will follow that match. And it's an interesting match, Molinari and Fleetwood against Tiger and Reed. That is the last of the four-ball matchups this afternoon. So, tomorrow morning. So that'll start it off. I saw on DraftKings one of the wagers they had was, would Tiger have the most points? Tiger won't have the most points, and they're offering a lot of odds, but it's not a good bet from my standpoint for this reason. Tiger won't play in 5 matches. There are guys on the American team that will. Tiger will probably play on 4, and I wouldn't be shocked if he played on 3. But he won't play on more than 4, and there are American players, DJ, probably Fowler, maybe Koepka, maybe Spieth, who play on all, who have possible 5 points. The other team, you figure Rory, Rose, maybe Fleetwood, those guys will be 5-point possibilities on the other side. So if you're only going to play in, like Phil will only play in 3 matches. He'll play once each day, then he'll play the singles. Everybody plays the singles, as you know. But he's not going to play more than 3 points worth. Tiger probably play 4. He might even play 3, depending on how he feels. So him being the guy who gets the most points, probably a very long shot. And he is 10-1 for that to be the case. He's not going to be the one who leads the American in points. That would be very, very hard for him to do because he's not going to get to play all the matches. And the other guys I mentioned, and maybe even Reed also would get to play all the matches. So we'll go through that. We got that for you. As we said, the magic number is 1. DeGrom, to me, completely locked up his Cy Young Award last night. He deserves it. What a performance. What a great year he had. Just an amazing year. Really an incredible, incredible season. As good a season as we've seen from a starter in a very long time. Really remarkable in terms of its consistency. Just utterly remarkable how good he was. Day in, day out. Just an incredible, incredible season. The Mets should lock him up this year for a long time, get that done, get a contract they both can live with, and give him the money he's earned. Give him the nice 5-year big money contract that he's earned and let him become the staple here. He's earned that completely. You saw Harvey say there's only one team he won't sign with. I wonder what team that was. Let's see if we can guess. Let's see how long you need. And, of course, you have David Wright coming up this weekend, the Saturday game, for all the folks who are on their way out on what is fireworks night, a sellout crowd that night for that. And, of course, for Yankee fans, you can start to think about that wild card game that will come your way after 3 games where the Yankees need to win 1 or get an A loss. That's all that's left. 1 game. So, Boston exhibition weekend as they get ready to play the wild card game next Wednesday at Yankee Stadium. So, a lot to get to on this Thursday. We'll be with you until 7 o'clock.